So why do 98% of traders lose? This is something that I really found interesting when I actually first started investing. And I didn't realize, I thought I was going to be one of the 2%. You know, some people say it's 80% of traders lose, 85%, whatever. The verdict is still out, and I think it does vary from sector to sector. So, when you take a look at, let's say Forex, a lot of those traders end up losing. And yet we still see all of these companies popping up where they're trying to teach you how to trade. And for me, that was, really, really an indicator that these traders didn't actually know how to trade, and that they wanted to basically teach the fundamentals of TA and how to map things out, because it looks really cool and you feel good. But at the end of the day, I found that value investing was really the best. But you can see here, I have on my screen here, it's an article from CNBC that says most day traders, and I want to show you this word here, day traders lose money. And they say, academics who study stock pickers have long observed that the vast majority of professional money managers, about 85%, underperform their benchmarks over a multi-year period. And that's because there's a few reasons for that. Okay, most traders, and even professional ones, okay, oftentimes, and what I've seen, and I've interviewed a ton. At one point in time, we wanted to bring a trader on here to work with us and trade some of our capital, because you would see all of these wins. You get on Twitter and, oh my gosh, this guy made 120% in 30 days, and this gal made 1,000% in 6 months, and all this stuff, and it's the bear market. Well, here's the bottom line: they usually do win, not all the time, okay, but when they lose big, because a lot of the times they're going in and they're leveraging 50x, 100x, 500x, 1000x. I've seen some people go as high as 1000x. And so all you need is the needle just to move the slightest way in either direction, and either you're going to get wiped out or you're going to win. Now, this is, in my opinion, not a good strategy. It is a gambler's strategy, and it is something that usually a lot of people will get absolutely wrecked because they don't know which way the market's going to go. And they may say, yes, I set a stop loss and all this stuff, and there's risk management, but at the end of the day, it really is just experienced or planned gambling. The other reason why most traders lose money is a lot of them buy the tops, and especially in crypto. We see this in crypto and even the stock market as well. But what ends up happening is, once your shoe shine guy and the Uber driver is telling you which cryptos to buy, that's when you really should be getting out. But unfortunately, that's when, a lot of people buy in. And that's when, during the last bull market, I was selling a lot of my crypto, to be quite honest with you. I still held on to a lot, don't get me wrong, but I also sold a tremendous amount of crypto. And the reason is because you always got to take profit when the getting is good, all right? And so many people will hold on or hodl for dear life. They'll hold on for dear life. And what ends up happening is they just get absolutely wrecked. They get absolutely wrecked because they hold it all the way down. And I did this in my first few years of crypto trading. I ended up buying EOS, and EOS was, such a great crypto, and it was going to become the Ethereum killer. And oh my gosh, it's going back to 22, which I think was its all-time high. I can't remember. But it was I thought it was going somewhere, and there was a huge community behind it, and they had raised $4 billion. And at the end of the day, it ended up going nowhere. And had I have known what I know now, I definitely would not have been holding so much EOS, and I would have cashed out a tremendous amount of it, which I did. In all honesty, I did cash out a lot of my EOS, but I would have cashed out even more and just held a little tiny sliver compared to what I really ended up making. So in my 6 years of investing in the most volatile investment industry in the world, I really have seen it all, and I've tried it all. I've gotten into lots of different DeFi things, and I've gotten into lots of cryptos, ICOs, IDOs, ROI dApps, all sorts of BS that, at the time was making me great money. But let me tell you the thing that has earned me the most amount of money, and that is long-term value investing. And see, a lot of people, they get into crypto and they're just looking for that moonshot. And some people may get lucky. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I actually ended up buying SHIB 6 days into it launching, and it went up by 600%. Now, this is during the beginning of the last bull run. But at the same time, if I would have held, and I sold it, right? I ended up selling it. But if I would have held it until it was it hit its all-time high, I think I would have had something like $800 million. And sometimes I kick myself in the ass for selling it. But hindsight's 2020, and we learn. And I have a protocol set up for when I buy a crypto, I never sell the entire thing, even if it has gone to zero. I always leave 10% behind. All right, I always leave 10% behind just in case the thing gets revitalized, and you never know. Okay, I learned that lesson from SHIB. But take a look at this chart right here. So you can see this is when I actually got into the crypto market, and this is around the middle of June of 2017, which is exactly around the time I was buying Bitcoin. I was buying Bitcoin. I think I even bought Bitcoin around 1800, but for the sake of arguments, I'm going to put it here at 2535. And so, I ended up buying a few Bitcoin, 5-6 Bitcoin during this time. And had I have held on to it, that's really where I would have made some money. Even today, I would have made, I would have been up 989%. And see, a lot of people, what they do is they just follow the crowd, and they just go and they buy at the top, they buy up here at 67,000, and then they sell, down here, or they sell here, and oh man, crypto's a scam, trading's a scam, all this stuff. Crypto can be a scam if you want it to be, but it can also be the most lucrative thing that you've ever done in your life, and I know it has been for me. And we can clearly see that from here. Now, the other one is Ethereum. So Ethereum, I was buying it again around $235. It didn't go up. It hasn't gone up as much as Bitcoin since I bought it. But you can see here that it is clearly outperformed almost any asset, really, since I did get in at 585%. Now, the thing that that I've been teaching for the last few years is how to liquidity pool mine or yield farm to earn that extra income. And even that, I got in right at the beginning, so I'm not going to lie. I degened into it, all right? I degened into it. I tried every single thing, but I was able to turn a little into a heck of a lot, all right? Into the millions. And we're talking tens of thousands into the millions using a strategy. Now, my portfolio isn't in the millions right now. I'm not going to lie to everybody and say that it is, okay? But I was able to preserve a lot, and I was able to learn a lot of lessons from the last time. And so, right now, we've got something called our managed vault, where we actually don't take possession of your cryptocurrencies, but we're able to manage it in liquidity pools on Uniswap v3. And you can see here, we've got like a lot of different positions on what I call the blue chip cryptos, all right, blue chip cryptos. And you can see all of the cryptos that we have here that are making us money. Now, the cool thing about this, as opposed to just holding or hodling, is I'm actually putting my crypto to work. Now, you have to really understand what you're doing, because if you don't understand what impermanent losses and all that stuff, you could really lose a lot of money. And a lot of people, again, get into this without understanding it, and then they ended up getting completely wrecked. Now, this is what we teach. We teach Uniswap v3. We teach PancakeSwap. We teach borrowing and lending protocols. We teach liquid staking derivatives, a lot of different things that I think are going to be the future of DeFi, the future of crypto. And tokenized real estate is another thing. But you can see here, like if I click on one of these, this is in our Enzyme protocol. We set this up. Like I have unclaimed fees. So I'm earning all of these fees in Uniswap. So instead of just like, let's say for here, if I would have just hodled, all right, yeah, I would have made a lot of money. But I'd still, let's say I had those 5 Bitcoins, I'd still only have 5 Bitcoin. But what I want is to be earning more and more in Bitcoin, hundreds of percent in Bitcoin per year, so that by the time I get to the top of the next bull market and I'm selling a lot of my Bitcoin, all right, I'm going to keep some, but I'm also going to sell some, take it into like tokenized real estate where I have like that generational wealth solidified. Then I end up with, I don't know, 100 Bitcoin or 200 Bitcoin. Who knows what it is? And if you don't believe me, I mean, you can see there's all sorts of charts and all sorts of data that you can come in here and just crunch the numbers. Like when things were going on here, or even, here when the market was going down. I mean, I had days where, annualized, they annualized the percentage rate, but we're on a month to month basis. I was earning 20, 30, 40% per month in fees. All right. No Ponzi scheme, none of that. It was just making lots and lots of money. Here, this month right here, May, I mean, I was crushing it in this month. And you can see the volume actually exceeded the TVL. And you can see how it kind of broke out over this line here. But these are the things that you have to really learn in order to be successful in liquidity pool mining, in yield farming, in my opinion, in DeFi. And again, these are the things that we teach. So if you're interested in learning, first of all, if you like this video and you like the content that we've been providing, like and subscribe. Definitely do that. And then if you want to like take your experience to the next level, we have courses that start at $500 and it's very, very easy. We have a nice platform where you come in, we have videos, we have a really good community. And we can really teach you all of these things, from keeping your crypto safe, which is, something oddly enough, like I don't think people really take too seriously, or they leave it in centralized exchanges, to the more complex things here. And, if it is a little too complex, at least you understand you actually could put it into our managed vault where we could actually manage it without taking possession of it, all on the blockchain. And that's the thing that I love about this new technology in crypto, is you're able to do all that stuff. But if you're interested in that, there's a link below. Click on the link. There's a video that will explain liquidity pools a little bit more for you. And I think you'll really like it and get some clear vision. And if you end up liking that and you want to actually learn how to do this as opposed to just trading, because again, trading, 98% of the people lose. This, 100% of the people win if you know what you're doing. If you know what you're doing. And so click on that link, and if you feel like it's aligned with you, let's book a call. Let's talk. Anyways, thank you for your time, guys. Change your mind on finance, because this stuff is real. It's coming, and there's a lot of money to be made. I'll catch you on the next one. Check it out.